Silent on the WCHW official podcast. I'm joined by my co-host and good buddy Malachi Wynn and special guest Jack Haddon.
This podcast will be all about Gunner, a lot of stuff about Gunner. So, Jack, what were your thoughts on signing Gunner?
It was pretty nice. It was definitely something that we should have done, and it was a good choice because there was no one that would fit this team in the draft. Winning the World Series got us down to the last pick in the draft, and there's no one on that draft board that I feel like is a good addition to our team that's going to fall to the 5th pick. So I feel like signing Gunner, and Gunner is probably the best person to sign in the offseason. I think he's better than anybody in the draft. And also having that 1 year under his belt with the Gators is going to help a lot too.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. Also, another question: what was the experience, obviously, signing him? What was it like, talking to him and just getting the contract ready?
So I was excited when I heard Gunner wasn't signing with the Gators, and I talked to him at school a little bit, and I had to convince, because I know he had signing with Josiah and Orange Sox in his mind a lot too, and I just felt like we had to get his mind off of that and had to get him to the Nighthawks, and we did everything we could to get him, and I mean it was cool.
Yeah, it's great to have Gunner as a Nighthawk. You got any questions?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Not much is known to the audience about the signing of Gunnar Armstrong, but there was tons of offers being thrown at him. He said it was one of the most stressful 2 days in a really long time. But you were one of the deciding factors that talk you had. But how do you feel about your performance going into 2025? You did really good as a rookie. You hit 4 bombs. And how you feeling coming into 2025 with a loaded squad like the Nighthawks?
It gives a lot of confidence to not just me but to our team, and winning last year and having the same team but with a great addition just gives so much more confidence. And I feel like as long as we don't underestimate anybody, we go out there and play our hardest every game. I mean, me, Gunner, Malachi, we can all hit the ball really well, and we can all play defense. Gunner and Malachi are really great pitchers, and so
yeah.
I mean, it's getting tough, and then Leach is getting a lot more competitive, folks. We've got a talented draft class coming towards you in 2025, and then also lots of veterans, Malachi and Simon and me and you, and just so many guys that have been in the league, and they're going to have experience, and just so many new faces coming in the league as well, with the 5 coming in. Jack, do you have any personal goals or anything in the 2025 season, or is that or is it not that serious yet?
For me, I'm not really looking at personal goals right now, just more of team goals right now, but I say probably one of my top priorities, and it's probably not going to come this year. I feel like just being able to improve this year, getting closer next year for a possible MVP candidate is a really big goal of mine, but it's really tough. There's so many great players in this league, and the more we just keep expanding, there's going to be so much more great players. So that's probably one of my big future goals, and one of my recent goals is probably trying to I want to get more bat on the ball. I want to get a higher average this year, and I want to be above 500 this year.
Yeah, that's a good goal. So it's great having Jack Haddon on my team. He's just a great kid. I love Jack. Anyways, so he's the last kid in WCHW to be on the pod, so it's great to have you on.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So, a lot of big news for the Green Aces. They've been very good on their YouTube channel. And tell us about those new jerseys. They might be rocking 2 jerseys.
So right now, the Green Aces have the green to white on their jerseys, but they're also going to be getting Carter Shaw City's likely going to be the home jerseys, and they're going to be black with green pinstripes. Popping up right now, but
yeah, they're awesome.
So
jerseys.
talk about your pitching. I know you're probably only going to be the third guy, but the third position is where there's not going to be lots of depth on other teams. How's your pitching been going? Have you done any stuff in the off season or not?
I've worked a little bit on off season. It's been pretty hard though because I don't really have good wiffle balls. So it's been pretty hard, but I've tried to go out there and throw a wiffle ball every now and then and just try hitting spots and stuff. But, you know, I felt like that was a big area where we could have got Gunner because we can't just have, Malachi can't pitch the whole day because we have pitching limits now.
Yeah.
And we can't just sit here and I can't just sit here and rely on Malachi. And the big thing adding Gunner is like, he pitched last year and he was a great pitcher. And, you know, if I can keep working, the third spot, depth, I need to work so we have that depth there in pitching. And, you know, if I could find the zone, pick up a little bit more speed, know how to hit my locations and stuff, know how to control my pitches, then, you know, I feel like.
And we know that Gunner really plays his heart on his sleeve when he's playing, so he can get a little bit too on the emotional highs of the game. So you're likely going to be needed probably in that 3 spot, maybe. So you made a 2-piece bat, nothing big or anything. But how is that? Is the swing bit any good or just fun little project?
So. I think I'm going to be using that this year, and Malachi and Gunner.
Pop it up on the screen.
Malachi and Gunner are welcome to use it this year. But one of the biggest flaws with it is very short. It is probably 26 or 27 inches. So that's where next time I make another bat, I'll have to improve on keeping it the good length. But I mean, it was a pretty cool thing to do, and I think I've hit with it a few times. It has a lot of pop. It has a lot of pop with it. I would say that. It does have a lot of pop, but just the thing with it being short, I feel like a good thing is that the end of the barrel is like probably it's like this much, and at least this probably this much is about where the barrel is where you barrel the ball. So I feel like that's one of the good things about it, where if you hit it on the barrel, you're pretty close to hitting it right on the sweet spot.
Yeah. So now it's time for the Bible verse of the day. Okay. Josiah's got the verse, so you read.
So today's verse is 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gives us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control.
Yeah. So
any thoughts, anything to pump up your fan base?
Fan base? Well, we started the YouTube channel, so hopefully everybody's checking it out. You know, I like how the teams are doing their personal and YouTube channels because like you get I haven't been doing daily. you get content just from your favorite teams, and you know, I'm hoping to start to post a little bit more. We'll have a few videos coming soon, but you know.
Yeah, so there is big news. The Nighthawks are gonna have a practice soon, so yeah, that's exciting. A lot of big plans.
And we'll give you guys some very exclusive behind the scenes access, you know, stuff you wouldn't see from the daily live streams and stuff. So we'll probably get a lot of in-game mic'd up at bats and stuff. So I can't wait for that. I'm excited for the new season.
Yup, it is exciting. But Nighthawks, you won a title last year, and you were voted 50% of votes went towards the Nighthawks squad on YouTube's posts on this YouTube channel. So the main YouTube channel, 50%. That would be 6 of the 12 votes go to
the Nighthawks.
To the Nighthawks, and that's not just Nighthawks players. How do you feel about getting a second one here in 2025 with new teams, new players, and just so much more outcomes and options, so many more teams and players to watch out for. How do you feel is the place where you can get it done? Like,
I feel like one place that's really hard and not many teams have a depth in is hitting.
Yeah.
So I feel like, if we get the bat on the ball, because there's some very great pitchers, but like all of our games with the Orange Sox were close games because no one got the bat on the ball. It was just great defense. So I feel like the more we put the bat on the ball, the less closer the games will get, and the close, tough ones will turn into, bigger score margins and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like we just get the bat on the ball and we'll succeed.
That's a big thing. Also, the mound's going to be moved back 3 feet. But there's a lot of exciting news, and I'm so glad to have Jack and Gunnar on my team, and we got this. So
anything for you, Malachi, real quick? Or no?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so, Jack, any words? Anything else?
Go Nighthawks.
Okay, yeah, that's the
Good night.
WCHW official podcast. Subscribe in that corner and check the last updated podcast right here. They will be updated, and then also check out an old one. Jack hitting playing fungo golf with the buddies down there, and make sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this WCHW official podcast. Make sure to follow the Nighthawks on their YouTube channel, and we'll catch you later.
Let's go now.